Namawulire bibawo akasente akatono ennyo ate n'ako akasente akatono katwala emyezi nga tekajja. Kati munnamawulire omusindise mu field agende akuleetere story. Tomuwadde na transport ate nga wawanvuko w'omutumye talina na kyakulya lanki naye omusuubira okuleeta story ate nga n'omusaala amaze emyezi nga tafuna musaala. Banaye tubeere bantu nga bwe tuvumirira ekya gavumenti okutulugunya bannamawulire naye n'ebitongole ebimu biyisa bubi bannamawulire. Ekyo kikyamu. Ate ebitongole bino zi TV ne zi radio naki ezimu zirina wansi wa musingi gwa church. Banne kino kivoola ne zi Bible ze tusoma. Kikyamu kati tusuubire nti abantu bano baneetereza. Stop exploiting some of these young people. You send them to do a story, you've not given them transport. But the media houses, I don't know how many miles away, and you're sending them, whether it be to Parliament or wherever. What you want is a story. The fellow has no transport, has no lunch, they've not been paid for 3, 5, 6 months, and you expect a story. What's wrong with you? Some of you feared black because your supervisor are here. So at the time, I reminded the presiding officer, and I still do, remind them of the duty to protect MPs and journalists too, who are part of our family here at Parliament. If what you're doing is right, then you have no reason to be afraid of the media, hence making them a target. To our colleagues in government, we urge you to protect the freedoms you once demanded when you were in opposition. These people were in opposition once. In fact, they were rebels. They were not just, they were not civil like us. Once we are civil opposition, we get microphones, we talk, quarrel, speak all the English and carry out oversight and so on. But for them, they picked up guns and went to the bush. We will not be like that. But they were in opposition, holding leaders accountable and exposing abuse of power. In Uganda, the media has played a vital role in every major political event, from election reporting to exposing corruption to covering stories from forgotten communities and so on. Journalists have time and again been the conscience of our nation. The reality is, the media in Uganda is under siege, and we must confront this uncomfortable truth. The Kawempe North by-election is a recent bothersome example. Journalists covering that electoral process were subjected to abduction, beatings, harassment, arbitrary arrests, and violent intimidation. Equipment such as cameras were confiscated, access to polling stations was obstructed, and many were physically assaulted, including some in this room today.
We are at a crossroad the next 10 years for this country. Either we go Somalia, we go Sudan, or we go South Sudan, or we go Syria. You are the salt, and us will save this country. My leader of opposition and chairperson, what we need you as journalists to survive in such a complicated world, do not operate as if you're operating in a normal situation. And I think that's where the mistake is. When you go for this battlefield election and all this, we need to have two approaches. We need to have covert undercover journalism that will continue reporting when you are being cut in pieces, when you are being battered. And then we need to blacklist the agent of the state and follow them wherever they are.